Hi everyone. Okay, I'm a couple minutes late, but I'm here. I'm just gonna, where is it? I'm gonna butt my chair down a little bit. Okay, perfect. Hello, welcome everyone. Just gonna give everybody a couple minutes to get in before I kind of start talking about what's going on, but here we are. My name is Laura, and I Heart You on Instagram, and that's where you're going to find me on Etsy. That's the name of my Etsy shop. And this is my podcast, which is called I Heart Knitting. And this is episode 7, I'm pretty sure. So, right before you go to do a live video, it asks you to put your title in. And I was kind of rushing to get in here. And I was like, I think it's episode 7. So correct me if I'm wrong, if you know better, but either way. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Thanks to everyone for joining me. I like this live setup just because it doesn't take up so much space on my phone. Like a half-hour video takes I think 4 gigabytes on my phone or something like that, maybe 6 gigs. So yeah, that was getting a little overwhelming trying to edit. And so yeah, until I get a little bit more professional, we'll know. I don't know when that's going to happen, but until I kind of take that next step and start using like a camera. Hi to everyone who's joining. Hi everybody. So yeah, until I start taking that next step and getting super professional, I'm gonna do this live because it's great. I get to kind of see and interact with some people in the live chat. Maybe we'll do some questions at the end. And yeah, it just goes right up to YouTube. So it's super simple for me. I don't really like editing anyways. So yeah. So welcome. It's, I think it's the 25th today. Yeah, it's 1 month till Christmas. And it's sunny out today. Yeah, the sun's shining. It's beautiful. I haven't actually been out today, but I should get out after this. It's still early here today. I haven't been doing like a ton of knitting this week, but I started spinning again. So I have some spinning to show you. And I have a couple finished objects, and I have some things in the Etsy shop. So yeah, this should be some things for you to see, some interesting things. Hello everyone, hi to Michigan, hi to Wanda, and hi to Jess. I'm coming to you from Pender Island, BC. Pender Island is just kind of between Vancouver and Victoria, like Vancouver Island. So I'm right in there in the ocean. Yeah, let's just get into it. So the first thing I wanted to show you quickly is I have a giveaway going on Instagram right now. So you can win this sock size project bag. It has just like a nice peachy lining and this applique moth on it. So that is a contest going in my Instagram right now. All you need to do is find the post, which I think is my last post, and leave a comment, tag some friends. And I said that I'm going to announce the winner on Wednesday, I think, in the contest caption. But what I meant is that the contest closes today, and tomorrow I'll announce the winner. So you have till the end of the day today to get in on my Instagram contest. That's to celebrate 3,000 followers on Instagram, which is super exciting. I've just been really, really happy to see all that interaction and all those new faces on Instagram. So I just wanted to thank you. So yes, I have this guy. It is, thank you. It is, in my opinion, quite pretty. I know my friend Florence doesn't like butterflies or moths, so she will not enjoy this. But on the back, I have just quilted it with matching thread. And then there's actually one of these available in the shop right now in this colorway, and I have it in another colorway as well. So, if you don't win, but you still like this, there is an opportunity to buy it in the shop. I'll talk about that later, but the shop is on sale right now as well. So I have some things to show you, and yeah, everything is on sale until Monday. So have a look there and see if you can find something. So I don't think I have any new cast-ons today at all, but I did finish a couple things. So I'm really, really happy with this cat love hat. I just finished it and blocked it. This you saw just the beginning. I think I was only here when I started, or when I was recording last week. And I'm finished. I'm really happy with it. Oh, I can't try it on because my hair is up in a bun, but it was a really fun pattern, and the chart is, it's not a very big repeat on the chart. You can see there, that's the repeat, but it makes a really great like random print, which I think is awesome. So I just did this out of like Cascades 220, worsted weight yarn. This is the Cat Love pattern by there's Sweater Freak on Instagram. I can't think of their name right now. I'm sorry. I don't think I have the pattern here with me either. But yeah, it was a really quick and satisfying and fun knit for me. I didn't even do two-handed color work. Sometimes I'll hold like, my one yarn, like my one color and my contrast color, one in each hand. But this one I just dropped the yarns and then picked them up as I needed them. And I find that like a really nice, methodical, slow way of doing color work. And I don't know, color work is definitely like a process knit for me rather than a product knit. So I was happy to kind of slow this down, and it keeps my tension really nice too. So yeah, I blocked that out, really nice, and it's a great size. And I think I'll probably put a pom-pom on it, like a black one, because I have a bunch. And yeah, so yeah, finished that, super happy with it. And yeah, it was exactly what I needed. Yeah, color work can be tough. Susan is just saying that she's not great at color work and it's always too tight. And I run into that myself as well, especially if I'm trying to do, like I was saying, trying to hold it two-handed. There are like little tricks you can do, like turning your work inside out so that your floats are actually running on the outside of, if you're doing circular, if that makes sense. That's actually a really great way of kind of just adding a little bit of extra space to your floats, because then, when you're knitting circular and you're pulling those floats a little tight, sometimes it can start to pucker up, where if you have it on the outside, you can see it on your knitting a lot faster. Oh, look at the sun rays coming in. You can see all the dust in my craft room. All the cotton dust. Anyways, the other thing I finished this week is this little toque, which I love it so much. It's so cute. This is for my niece. I'm gonna send it along in the Christmas box. I just put this pom-pom on here and I'm like, I love it. My sister-in-law, my niece's mom, she loves purple. So I'm just gonna try and adjust that a little bit. Oh, that's not gonna work very well. Either way. You're just gonna get this beautiful sun ray coming in right now. We got to enjoy it. It's November in BC. So anyway, so this little toque is, not really any pattern. I ended up using a self-striping yarn, and then I held it double with this blue color here, like this solid blue that I have going through the whole thing. And then I took a worsted weight hat pattern. I think I used the Barley hat by Tin Can Knits, and I just used their instructions, but didn't use the cable or the garter panel like they have in the Tin Can Knits Barley pattern. And yeah, I just knit it a little bit slouchy. I think I did it to 5.5 inches from cast on. And I figured that they'll kind of fold it up. So my niece is back in Ontario, and she's about 1.5 years now. I haven't seen her in a bit, but I'm hoping that this will fit, through at least this winter and maybe through next winter too. Little faux fur pom-pom. I think these are just cheapy ones that I got online somewhere. And I've been doing this button technique where you use, I have like tons of random old buttons. So you take, I just took some scrap yarn and you thread through the little loop. There's a little elastic loop on these ones, but you thread through the loop on your pom-pom and then through the eyes of the button. And that just kind of keeps it a bit more stable. So I actually did that with my pom-poms from the hats I was showing you last week. I took them off this week and I redid them. And yeah, it just keeps the pom-pom a little tighter and also makes them removable, which is really nice if you're washing or something like that. So yeah, that's really it. I did a lot of work. Like I finished the body of my, I can't stop playing with it. I finished the body of my City Limit sweater, but I didn't bring it to show you because I'm actually thinking about switching up the colors a bit, which means ripping it back. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do it. So I didn't bring that in to show you because I have a plan. I just need to decide whether it's going to be worth it for me to rip it all out. And I think it will be because it's been fun to knit and it's not something I'm necessarily looking to having finished. I'm really just looking forward to having a really nice garment out of it. And yeah. I think I'm going to rip it out. It means ripping it out to like here though. Oh, I'll tell you about this next. But yeah, my City Limit sweater, I've switched from like a really aqua blue to like a darker blue right around here, like right around my chest. And it's just creating a little line that I'm not loving right now. And the yarn colors are so beautiful, but they're a little muddy in the bottom. I'm probably going to reknit it. Oh well. Yeah, so I finished the ribbing, and started on the sleeves, and then really started thinking about it, and I was like, no, I got to do something else. So, okay, so here is the sweater I'm wearing today. This is, I'm going to try and stand up without shaking this camera too much. This is the So Faded sweater. This is by Andrea Mowry, and this is a kit from Junk Yarn, from Kemper, from Junk Yarn. And I don't know the colorways, but this is on my Ravelry page. I'll link all that down below, like when the video is properly uploaded, or if you go to my Instagram, you can go onto the link tree there and find it. Kemper, I can't remember where Kemper is located in the US. I think they are maybe on the East Coast, like maybe I have North Carolina in my head, but I might be wrong on that. But they dye beautiful yarn. It's inspired by women in history and women in culture. And this was a kit that she did for the So Faded sweater when it first came out. I think this is called the So Faded, right? Either way. So she had a kit, a 4-color kit, and a fade. And yeah, I really like this. I knit this a few years ago. It's probably been like 2 or 3 years ago. And I just grabbed it randomly today. So yeah, really like this like ribbing here. There's a little bit of a garter detail. I wonder if you can see that. There you go. Just until you take off the sleeve. Yeah, and I have plans to knit another one of these in a cropped version. So I might do that at some point because there's something about this I really like. A little bit of texture on a plain sweater is really appealing to me. Yeah, so I'm all out of order today. I realized I went into like finished objects right after showing you the contest, but I have no notes today. I'm totally flying off the seat of my pants here. But you know, that's just the way it goes. Here, I'll show you my mug because I really like it. This is my David's tea mug. I got it a couple years ago. It has a little deer on it, and they've got little Christmas lights tangled in there. Antlers, super cute. I pulled out the Christmas tree. John and I did our decorating yesterday, which is nice. It's kind of a weird Christmas. Like we were planning to go to Ontario and that's not happening. So we're used to quiet Christmases here, but you know, it's extra quiet this year. And right now in BC, we're just on like a little 2-week basically shutdown where we're not seeing anyone, I should say. So yeah, pulling out some holiday decorations is just a way to make me feel better in a time of year when it's normally not great. It's been really, really rainy, and so this sun today is awesome. It's really helping. So yeah, I have a couple of things finished there. I've done some spinning. Oh, here is the yarn for that little toque before I get even more sidetracked. So this is the yarn I used for this toque, and it's just the Knit Picks Stroll fingering in the mint colorway. And then this is the Black Beauty colorway from Freckled Whimsy, and this is just leftover sock yarn. Yeah, held together. I was just talking to someone about scrappy projects and trying to use up scraps, and I know the struggle is real, and I guess every little thing you can use up is better than, you know, having it just like sit in a pile. But I'm still trying to think of a knit along, you know, like a theme for a knit along, and I kind of want to do something longer term, and I really think that a good plan would be at this point to do either scrappy or, you know, dealing with your stash, working out of your stash. I know I haven't set anything up yet, and it's just because I haven't had anything that's been really grabbing me. Like I liked doing that 1 month sock knit along that, excuse me, that we did for Halloween, but I'd like to do something a little longer. And so kind of going on that, I've been really trying to use my stash. So let me know if you have any ideas for that. Leave me some comments for, you know, like what you would like to see or like a theme, just how I can kind of bring this together, because I'm really at a loss right now. You know, I know what I want to do. I want to enjoy what I have, and I want to work with what I already own and get creative rather than trying to kind of run out the door or run out and grab the newest thing every time it comes out. So yeah, if you have an idea of kind of bringing that together for a knit along, that would be great. I'd love to get some action going on a knit along again. It was really fun to see, you know, everything you guys were doing. So yeah, maybe that's a good plan. The other thing I've been doing is spinning, which I haven't been doing very much at all in the past. I would say like 2 or 3 years I haven't been spinning very much, but I'm starting to get back into it. And yeah, just going through stuff and reprioritizing and stuff. So this week I went through all my handspun, and I really, you know, looked at it all and organized it all by weight and kind of trying to decide where to go with it from here. And I think I'm going to probably sell some of it in the near future. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I think I'll probably do it through the Etsy shop, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. I have another little thing I want to talk about like regarding that later. But this is the spinning I've been doing recently. This was so I have a blending board, and I have I also have a drum carder, a small one that'll do like 50-gram bats. And so I had all these 50-gram bats, and these are from Rolex, actually, this one that I'm holding. So I just wanted to deal with those. And so this is the tag from the Rolex. They're autumn Rolex, and they're mixed merino and alpaca and wool and silk. So the alpaca was local. You can really see that camel color is the alpaca coming out. And there is like a burgundy and a lot of browns, and then some really nice like light colored silk in there. So I just spun this into a single, and so it's 2 ounces, 150 yards. So it's probably like a DK single, I would say. Yeah, 60 grams, 150 yards, probably around a DK. Yeah, so I did that. I washed that and I hung it up. It's looking really nice. And then I did this one as well. So this was from a bat. I posted about this on Instagram today. So this was a 50-gram bat of silk and merino. And oh, hi, Sam. Oh, she's being naughty and she's watching at work. I love it. It's your break. So yeah, so this is a single ply, and it has like Corriedale, merino, and silk. So there's like this really deep brown base, and then I've layered all these greens and blues on top of it. And what did I call this? I think I called them like frozen blueberries, chocolate blueberries. So yeah, again, I'm just working on a single ply. Like anyone who's done any spinning knows that when you start to spin, you make this really cool, like chunky art yarn, and it's all crazy and thick and thin. And then as, you know, like at least for me, as I progressed with spinning, I got better and better at it. But then my default was this like thin, thin, thin little ply that I was doing. And you know, you can end up like making the same yarn over and over and over again. So I was trying to just try something different and basically get better at my singles again. The big thing with single ply yarn is with any hand spun yarn is twist. So twist is really important, how much twist you're putting onto that roving. So as you can see here, the yarn is a little bit kinky in places, but there's no like corkscrewing or like curly cues. So, you know, trying to keep it balanced, trying to keep it, you know, you don't want it to spin back around on itself too much. Essentially what you're doing when you're spinning is you're putting energy into yarn, you know, and just like anyone who studies physics knows that energy doesn't really disappear. So once you've spun all that twist into your yarn, it's locked in there, and essentially as you knit it, it will, I'm not very good at explaining this. You're going to start releasing all that spin back out of it when you're knitting, and it can make for some weird yarn. That was really badly explained. There's a reason why I'm not a teacher. I'm just bad at explaining things unless I have a chance to actually like really think it out first. But anyways, I'm really happy with the twist on this. Long story short, I almost need to close that window. So I did that, and then that was my prepping for this beautiful smooshy merino. So merino has a lot of different characteristics compared to what I was spinning here. I was spinning blended fibers with like longer staples, longer lengths of yarn, where this merino, when you're, again, you know, when you're not trying to put, you don't want to build too much twist on your yarn, so you don't have that much time to work on it as you're spinning. You kind of need to get the roving to the thickness you want, and then kind of get it onto the bobbin before it builds up too much twist. And with merino, it's really, really sticky and has a short staple, so it can be really difficult to draft out nice and evenly in a short amount of time. So anyway, so what I did is I had these longer staple ones that were already really well carded because they had been on either my blending board or my drum carder, and then use those as like practice before I got into this kind of more difficult to work with fiber, which is this pure 100% untreated merino. This one is dyed by, so the tag says Joma Yarn, but Joma has changed their name to Subculture Yarns in the last couple years. I was laughing because I had this in the bag from the store that I bought it from still, and the receipt was in there. And I bought this roving in 2016 from the Souk, the yarn shop in Souk, which is one of the few places that carried then Joma, now Subculture Yarns roving. So yeah, this is 3 ounces, and it was just this really lovely gray and blue with a bit of pinky purple, and it spun up into this amazingly smooshy like ice cream yarn. It's super pretty. I didn't want to take it off the bobbin because I knew I wouldn't have a chance to wash it and dry it before I show you. So next time I'll have it off the bobbin and into a hank, and I'll have it washed and dried so you can have a look at it. Yeah, so I spin on an Ashford Kiwi wheel. I started out on a drum carder. Sorry, that sound's getting really bad. Nope. I started out on a drum carder, but a drum carder. Oh gosh. I started out on a drop spindle. I got a locally made drop spindle from Naughty by Nature, and then eventually I switched out to my Ashford Kiwi spinning wheel. And yeah, it's a great wheel. It's fairly compact. I know like a couple people who were like dealing with Ashford at the time, so it just made sense. I got my wheel on Salt Spring Island at Elderberry Yarns, which is a shop that's now closed. But I went over there and picked it up one day, maybe 5 years ago, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I was feeling a little guilty that I haven't been spinning lately, so I'm happy that I pulled that back up. It's really soothing and meditative, and there is something about just these long kind of endless lines. You know, my friend Rochelle, she has a company called Endless Roving, and that's why she called it that, because that's her dream, is just a big pile of endless roving that you can just spin and spin and spin, you know. And there is something about just getting into that kind of long zone. So yeah, it's been very therapeutic for me this week. So what else do I have to show you? Ooh, I got something in the mail yesterday that's really exciting. But, so I haven't seen this yet. I started to rip it open when I was in the car. I wasn't driving, John was driving. It came in the mail yesterday. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna open it live. So I do wanna warn anyone who hasn't gotten theirs yet. This is the Leo and Roxy Yarn Christmas sock set. So if you haven't gotten your sock set yet from Leo and Roxy Yarns, please look away. Okay, it's wrapped in tissue, so just don't mind this noise for a second. I ordered this a while ago when they had a pre-order. They had it with a project bag or just on its own, and I think they had like an inspiration photo up. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna treat myself. So this just arrived yesterday in the mail, so it's my beautiful Christmas sock set from Leo and Roxy Yarn. So yeah, if you haven't gotten yours and you want it to be a surprise, and you want it to be a surprise, please look away. But if you want to see this, here it comes. Oh, it's perfect. It's so Laura. Like, I'm sure it's so a lot of people, but these are my colors. Oh, love it. So this is the Christmas Yarn Club 2020 from Leo and Roxy Yarn. This is my first purchase from them. Really, really happy that I did this. Sometimes I'm a little nervous about, you know, ordering something without seeing it, but I'm really happy I did this. And now that I remember, I think they did have a beautiful like vintage Christmas picture. So this is 75 superwash wool, 25% nylon. It is 437 yards to 100 grams. And then there are two 87-yard minis here, 20-gram minis. So the main color here is like this beautiful aqua blue minty green with amazing speckles, kind of pinks, and like a really deep red. And then the minis here are, yeah, like a beautiful, like deep, deep reddish pink and a matching bright aqua. Just a little brighter than the sock itself. Oh, these are pretty. So remember last week I showed you like two other skeins that I wanted to do Christmas socks out of. Now I'm like, I want to do this one instead. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay. Really glad I got this. Leo and Roxy is a newer Canadian company, and wanted to check them out. So yeah, yay. I have a little 7-day advent coming as well from Stress Knits, and that just got marked as shipped. But I'm going to be good, and I'm going to open that the week before Christmas. So it'll be a while before you see that. Oh, and there's a little extra too. I think there's some little treats in here from Leo and Roxy. Oh, cute. Super cute. little mitten stitch markers. Yay! And a little hot chocolate and a little note. So that's awesome. Thank you, Leo Roxy. Super fun. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk to you about, like my knitting. I have a whole bunch of hand knit hats here that I popped into my Etsy shop. Going along with that, what I was saying about my hand spun, I want to do like a big studio cleanup. So right now I just have the hand knit hats in there, but I will in the future. I think I'm just going to rename that section. I'm going to call it like studio sale or something like that. And that's where you can find basically things that, you know, they're just one-off, one-time things that, you know, I'm cleaning up the studio and just not wanting to keep anymore, or like these I knit for like a market that's not happening. So anyways, I think I'm going to put a bunch of hand spun in there, and then I have the hats here as well. So if you're interested in these, they are 10% off right now. And you know, I'm doing like my free shipping as usual, and you can add your own pom-pom to these as well. So what I have is like these hats in the shop, just photographed like this, and then you can add your choice of pom-pom to them. So yeah, they're reversible, and I'll do the pom-poms like I showed you with the button. This one's my hand spun yarn, hand spun 3-ply. Again, you can wear it inside or out. This is like a gradient that I did. This is bulky weight yarn from the Fawn Knits, and I picked a pom-pom for this one because that's the perfect pom-pom for it. Yeah, so these are, you know, for what you're getting, I think I spent like $30 or $40 on this yarn. So for what you're getting, these are actually like, you know, fairly decent price. I know it can be a little shocking to see the price on a hat, but remember that's the shipping and everything that's going into it as well. And then also this is just all really nice hand-dyed yarn. You know, a lot of these are like leftover scraps from my projects. This actually looks like it has some of the yarn from the sweater in it. Anyway, so if you're interested in these, this is something, you know, I usually knit things for people locally just to kind of give them a local thing, but I thought this year, why don't I throw them in the shop, because all of our markets and everything are canceled, and most of my island clients are shopping off of my website anyway, so I figured I'd put it up in there. I've got this plain orange one. Yeah, so if you need a great gift, these are all like an adult. There's one that's a little smaller, but these are all like an average adult size head. So I got those. So those are on sale. Everything is in the shop is on sale 10 to 20% off right now. The Christmas bags are all 20% off. So I've got like one of these bucket bags left with the little polar bears. And then this one has the trees. This is a large zipper. Has a pocket. And it's these neutral trees with little splashes of pastels and little reindeer. This one says Noel. And then this is the same print but in sock size. So yeah, 20% off all those. 20% off Notions pouches. I have these little gift bags, like these are unlined gift bags. So unlined drawstring. You can totally use them as like a little project bag as well. These ones are too small, but I have these in there. I think there's about 10 of them. I have 2 sizes. The XL size is really big. So these are just super nice little gift bags for people, or you know, if you're buying a gift for someone, you can let me know and I can package it right in this bag for you if you're mailing it right to them. Again, this is something I did for the markets that aren't happening. So these are super cute, fun little cotton and steel fabrics. I have some Christmassy lavender sachets with like some Christmas prints. This is like a little stitched house, and that's to match that large one. Something I'm really excited about is I'm using local lavender now. So I found a farm. I was using organic lavender that I was buying online, but I found a farm in the Cowichan Valley, which is on Vancouver Island, and I bought all their stock, and so I have lots of lavender now because they do obviously one harvest and that was it for the year. So I took it all. They mailed it to me and it's beautiful local lavender. I'm really happy that it's locally grown rather than being ordered from somewhere where I'm not 100% confident in the source. Like I talked to the guy who farms this lavender on the telephone and he mailed it to me. And that's the kind of thing I like. So yeah, I have these Christmassy ones. So they're done with the local lavender and there's just a few of the floral ones left in the shop that have the organic lavender in them. And then everything going forward will have the local in them. And oh yeah, and then I just wanted to show you 3 patchwork bags that are in the shop that have been in there a while. So they're kind of like buried low, but they're also 10% off on sale. Ooh, Sam uses local lavender to make simple syrup for lattes. I might have to do that. So this is my patchwork. I would like to do more of these in the future. I've just been on this like momentum thing lately where I feel like I just have to make a whole bunch of stuff. But I need to kind of slow down a bit and prioritize because these patchwork are beautiful. This is a lot of like Ruby Star Society prints. And then it's got this really nice sparkle on the inside. So yeah, 10% off. These are already so nicely priced for how much work I put into them. So if you're attracted to any of these, I would get them while they're on sale. That one just has a black back and really beautiful little birds and the pink speckle and little telephone. Yeah, so that's all available in the shop. Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna kind of wrap up here, but if anyone has any questions now, if you wanna ask a few questions, I'll just show you a couple more things from the shop and then answer a few questions as they come up, if anyone has anything they wanna know. This is like a speckly bucket bag. I got this one as well in a teal, like an aqua, sorry, the teal one is sold out. This one is listed as aqua with speckles. And like the midnight blue speckle. I also have a pre-order up still. Unfortunately, that's not on sale, but I do have a pre-order up for smaller sizes of these if you want. This is really pretty. A little bit of metallic on there. Yeah, so there's still, I'm just looking, there's still like a few things in the shop. There's some large and medium zipper pouches. That's the blue version of the giveaway bag that I was showing you. Really like this one. This is Charlie Harper, I think. Might not be Charlie Harper, but it sure looks like it. It's organic cotton. And like a Tula print. It says on there, I don't know if you can see that, it says a smooth sea, never made a skilled sailor. And yeah, that's my sock size on another like square sock size, and that's the rectangular sock size. Actually, if maybe just while I'm waiting to see if anyone has any questions, I will show you quickly. So this is my square sock size. This is my rectangular sock size. This is the medium drawstring. This is the medium zipper. Let's see, it's a little bit bigger. Oh, is there? And then that's the large. Large against a medium. I realized I show these separately all the time and I don't often put them all side by side. And here's the bucket bag next to the large. Okay, there we go, bucket bag. Bucket bag has a really deep base on it though, compared to the other one. Okay, so somebody asked where I got my fabric from. That's something that I'm very careful about buying my fabric from small, independent, mostly female-owned shops in Canada. So part of that is necessity because of the dollar and because of import fees and stuff, but part of it is also just where I want to buy my fabric from. So I have a shop, our friend Kelly runs Woven Modern Fabric Gallery, and she is actually here on Pender Island. She had moved away to the Yukon for a little bit, but she's back as of like May or June, which is so exciting because I can go on their website, I can shop, and then Kelly emails me like probably a couple hours later usually, and she has my fabric ready. And she also, her husband works with my husband, so it's extra convenient that right now with distance drop-offs, she can send stuff to work with her husband, and then my husband can bring it home to me. So Kelly's awesome. Kelly is Woven Fabric Gallery. If you look up Woven Modern Fabric Gallery, you'll find her shop. I just got a bolt of my Essex linen canvas. The Essex linen is this linen that I use in my bags all the time. I got a bolt of that. That's from Troll Brothers Quilt Designs. So Stacy runs Troll Brothers Quilt Shop, and that is in Cobble Hill, which is on Vancouver Island. And then as well, I think I've mentioned Studio 39 Fabrics as well. They're on the prairies. That's where I get a lot of my solids. Stacked Fabric Company, Thread Count Fabrics. There's ones called Pins and Needles. Anyways, I order from a lot of shops, but most of them are close to me, and nearly all of them are Canadian. And, you know, small businesses, like a lot of people are operating in a really similar way that I do, where they are out of their house or out of a small studio. So yeah, so that's something that's a big priority. So thanks for asking about that. I do try and get my fabric from, you know, the local shops so I can support them. And another thing that I can note is not all quilting cotton is the same. So that's something else while we're on the talk of fabric. I don't buy cheap fabric. I don't, it's not a snobbery thing necessarily, it's a quality thing for me. And if I'm going to be selling my items to you, I want to make sure that the fabric is really good quality. So I don't buy cheap fabric. I buy designer fabric, and just the feel and the drape of a really good quality cotton versus something really cheap that you might get at a discount store. You can really notice it. So yeah. Someone else asked if I worked with waxed canvas before, and I don't know if I've worked with an actual proper waxed canvas. I've worked with, I wish I could remember what it's called. I got it from Emmeline Bags. It's a waxed cotton. So what it is it gives you that durable, slightly waterproof fabric that you get with a wax canvas, but it's way easier to go through on my machine. So I wish I could reach it. It's like right, it's like right there. But I got another Merchant and Mills waxed fabric from Troll Brothers Quilt Designs recently that I haven't used yet, but I did make a dog bed out of the waxed cotton that I wish I could remember what it is. Emmeline Bags is another place that sells fabric that I get fabric from, and they have the proper wax canvas, but then they have this other one that's like, it's a little thinner, but it still has the wax coating, but it's much, much easier to sew with. So I made a dog bed and it was super easy. And I actually have some scraps that I was planning to make something for the shop out of, or some like a project bag or something. So yeah, I'll let you know how that turns out. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to end that now. I'm really slightly annoyed because the light is like absolutely perfect after I showed you all my stuff earlier when the sun was coming through, but we're not going to complain about the sun because it's BC, right? You know, when you're on the West Coast in November, you want as much sun as you can get. So, oh, before I go, I just want to quickly mention there are still some coupon codes active for Samba knits. If you use the code iHeartKnitting, all one word, in Samba Knit's Ravelry shop, you're going to get 40% off any of her patterns, which is awesome. Thank you, Beatrice, for that. And as well, my friend Janessa from Euphoria Knits, she has a, I think it's 25% off. It's either 20 or 25% off coupon at euphoriaknits.com for all of her beautiful yarn. And the coupon code for that is IHEARTYOU, IHEARTEWE. So yeah, go give those shops some love. And yeah, once again, thank you everybody for coming in live. This was super fun as usual. And yeah, thank you for subscribing. And if you want to keep up on live notifications, if you turn on post notifications, then you'll get a note on your phone when I go live, rather than having to actually go into YouTube and check into your subscriptions. So look forward to another live video. I'm hoping to do this weekly, really hoping, but right now it's still every like 10 days. So everyone, I hope you have a great day and take care. And it was really great to hang out with you guys again.